Welcome, and this time I want to show you about the Android operating system or Android software stack. So in the Android operating system is actually divided into 1, 2, 3, 4 layers inside Android. It's called Android software stack, and the first layer is the Linux kernel. Okay, and Android operating system is based on Linux, the core Linux. Okay, and what is the Linux operating system for us? This Linux operating system is for us to interact with the hardware. That's why this Linux operating system provides many drivers. Okay, drivers. So it's provides to the driver to work with display or the monitor. Okay, it provides driver so that we can work with Wi-Fi hardware. Then it provides driver so we can work with the audio, okay, speaker, microphone, so on and so forth. It provides the drivers so that we're gonna work with the binder, okay, binders drivers. Okay, um, then it's gonna work provide drivers for camera, okay, driver for power management, driver for processes, so we can run several processes at the same time inside the Android operating system, and it's gonna help us to manage the memory as well. Okay, then the next layer, okay, the next layer of Androids are the libraries for us to develop Android application. Okay, and one important component inside here is the Android runtime. So the approach is this Android runtime is new, but then I can compare it with Downfix. But then just to make it simple, I'm gonna compare it with a Java application. So if we have a Java application, it's gonna be like a.class, okay, sorry, a.java, okay, a.java file. Then from a.java, when we compare it, it's gonna become a.class. Okay, and this one is bytecode. Okay, this one is the bytecode. Okay, this one is a bytecode. Then from the bytecodes, whenever you run in a machine, okay, it has it's going to create what is called the Java virtual machine. Okay, and this Java virtual machine is going to have the just-in-time components. Okay, just-in-time component. This one is just-in-time component. This just-in-time component is going to help you to translate the bytecode, okay, into the machine code, okay, into machine code whenever needed. Okay, this one is machine code. Okay, machine code, and run it in our device for the Java application. But then for Android application, so you have some also collection of Android apps, okay, with resource file and so on and so forth. When you compare it, you're going to have a version, also have several version of app.class file as well. Okay, then after that, there is a tool for you to compare it into another version, which is, you're going to get some of the text file, okay, the text file, and they are bytecode as well, okay, still bytecode, okay, just like this one is bytecode, but this one is specific bytecode in form of text file. Then for the first time you load, okay, for the first time you load to an Android device, okay, for the first time you load to Android device, okay, this device is going to have a component which is called Android runtime to run your application. But there is a special point of Android runtime is like this. It's gonna make use of ahead of times, okay, ahead of times AOT components. Okay, and it's going to translate the text file code into the machine code of the device directly. Machine code, okay, into the machine code or native code of the device directly. Okay, so it takes us some time to install your application when the first time you load to your device. Okay, but next time when you run this one, you already have your machine code ready, and you run it a lot faster. Okay, and also save of the processing power, so that you can save the energy. Okay, energy. Okay, but for this kind is just in time component, not ahead of time. But this one is just in time component. So every time you run, it's compile to machine code run, compile to machine code run, compile to machine code run. But this one is just compile ahead of time to machine code when the first time you load to your device. So the first time you load to the device, it takes some time to compile, but then and install. But then it will be fast next time you run because you have your machine code ready. Okay, so that one is about Android runtime. Then Android provide you list of libraries, okay, for you to work with. SQLite, let's say, work with database. Okay, this one to work with web application. Okay, display web in connect to the internet, and this one is work with OpenGL is a library for you to work with 3D graphics application. Let's say free type is for you to work with fonts. Okay, fonts. Okay, then a surface manager to manage the surface. Then media manager to work with video, audios. Okay, then media framework to work with video, audio, so on and so forth. Then secure socket layers. Okay, is to safely encrypt, decrypt the messages when we send and receive messages. And this one is scalable. Graphic language is for us to work with 2D graphics. Okay, and it also have a special C library here. All of this library can be accessible using Java, but later on it's going to be translated into native, and actually it's going to be C. Okay, so those are the library for us to develop application. Then another one is application framework, which are the framework for us to develop Android application. Let's say you're going to have activity manager, and we already introduced activity is the Windows. Okay, then Windows manager is the whole Windows. So here is the, let's say we're going to open our apps. Okay, click on OK. Is it Hello World apps? Okay, here is the Windows. Sorry, the one from here down is the activity that we created. Okay, but the one from this top down, the whole thing is called the Windows. Okay, the whole thing from this top down, okay, is called the Windows. But only from here, okay, the one here from here down, okay, is our activity. Okay, then notification manager is this one. Notification manager is this one. Okay, to manage this kind of notification. So you can drag on this Windows bar and drag it down. You'll see it has a notification here to ask us to notify, to back up our system. Okay, then you have view system is the tool for us to create the views. Okay, let's say hello world labels here, text box, so on and so forth. Then a location manager is for us to work with location, GPS, okay, maps, so on and so forth. Package manager is for us to for Android to manage the package. Let's say package manager is the one that we specify when we create a new application. When we create a new applications, the step the package. It's our domain name. Okay, then what is that package used for? Let's say it's used for the case. Okay, many cases to identify our application. Actually, let's say if you have this one is our device. Inside this device we have one application which is, let's say, contact. Okay, contact application, and this one is our apps. Okay, this one is our apps, and this our app would like to access to one of the activity here or access to data over here. You need to use the URI of that app, and this URI is actually universal resource identifier, and it is actually the how to say it is actually a way for us to access to this one, and this one is a package. Okay, this one is a package. That one is managed by this package manager. Okay, Android provides tools for managing our resources as well. What are resources? Anything which is not compilable. Okay, let's say you have images. Okay, they are resources because they are not source code, they are not compilable, and they are managed by this one. And content provider is another component. So you use URIs or the package manager to identify the resource here. Okay, but inside this contact, you have contact number 1, you have contact number 2, you have contact number 3, so on and so forth. By default, it's only accessible by this contact application, okay, locally, and application from outside cannot access to this information, except if this contact information is provide access to its own data using content provider. Okay, then other application now can access to this data via using the content provider, and that one is here. That one is here. Okay, another layer of the software another layer of the software is which is native which is the application themselves. Let's say native Android application. What are the native Android application are the application that, okay, when you install your application is there. And next one is the third party application that let's say the application that we develop and user download it and run. Okay, let's just look from this one. So click on the home. Okay, to bring it down, come on. Okay, and let's say the phone application here is a native application. Okay, phone application is native application, and the application, let's say this one Hello World application is a third-party application because we develop and we install it. Okay,